In this video, I'm going to show you 7 leveling methods that you should be trying in New World. Before we even jump into these leveling methods, you should know that you get rested XP when you log out in a settlement. You will see your rested XP by looking at your XP bar. It will be that little grey bar that's grayed out. This will basically give you an XP boost if you've been logged out for a few hours or days. So make sure that you always log out in a settlement or a town to get that extra rested XP boost. The first leveling method is by questing. This is probably the obvious leveling way to level, but I'll be sharing some tips with you to maximize your XP gain while questing. The main story quest is going to give you the most amount of XP per hour. The main story quest is going to take you all over the map. So when you're doing the main story quest and it takes you to a new settlement, make sure that you first go to the town in the new territory and take all of the quests in the settlement. More than likely all of those quests in the settlement will be near your main story quest. This will save you a lot of time and increase the amount of XP you gain per hour. If you're not doing the main story quest and you're just accepting the settlement quest, make sure that you take the town board quest, the faction quest and all of the quests in town. When you open your map, you will see that there's a pattern of quests that you can run in a round circle. You can simply run from quest to quest and complete all of your quests in a circular motion around the map. Also take note that you get free dailies from the faction quest. Basically, when you complete free quests from the faction, you will gain more XP and tokens and territory standing. Faction quest scale with the area that you are in. So basically, the higher level area will always give you more XP from faction quest. So when you're doing your daily faction quest, make sure that you are doing your faction quest in the highest level area possible, because these dailies will give you a lot of XP and it scales with the faction area level. When questing, you should be utilizing the light roll, but never deplete your own stamina. Just before you deplete your own stamina, wait a few seconds so your stamina regenerates just above 50 and then you can light roll again. If you deplete your stamina, you will run slower. Also make sure that you're animation cancelling while light rolling. This will allow you to not be interrupted when you light roll. You can simply start running right away without standing still for a second. To dodge animation cancel, simply dodge and then swap your weapon or sheath your weapon. You can also gain movement speed by using the musket and the bow, which gives you 10% movement speed every time you dodge. The perks that you should take on the musket and bow is called hustle on the musket and dodge and weave on the bow. While dodge rolling, you will increase your movement speed and you will be zooming across the map. Running faster basically equals to completing the quest much faster, cutting out all of the dead time between quests. The best weapon to use for questing is the hatchet, because Berserk gives you movement speed and gives you sustain. Popping Berserk will heal you every few seconds, and while running between quests, Berserk is useful to heal your character and keep your health full. You can also place a bunch of water in your equip slot and just drink a bunch of water to heal a little bit at a time while running between quests. Also make sure that you're utilizing fast travel whenever you can. Whenever you can utilize fast travel, make use of it. Do not worry about your Azov, simply use it. You can just go and farm more Azov later on if you need more Azov. Fast traveling will save you a lot of time and you won't regret it. Another great way to level is actually to run corrupted portals. You can just run from corrupted portal to corrupted portal and farm all of the corrupted portals for XP. This is best done in a group or with a group of friends, or you can just simply type in the chat and ask if anybody is running corrupted portals. This is also a great way to farm Azov and to farm some loot. Since when you close a corrupted portal you gain XP, you gain Azov and you gain a box of loot. A little tip that I can give you: if your friend is late to the party, let your friend close the corrupted portal. He or she will then still gain XP. Another great way to level is to do town board quest. Town board quest is more of like a side project while you're doing questing, but it's still great for leveling. This is also good for when you want to trade your gold for XP. You can basically buy all of the resources you need to complete a town board quest at the market and just turn it into the town board for XP. For example, you go and buy feathers at the trading market and you just turn it in at the town board so you can trade your gold for XP. Also, always ditch the difficult quests like finding sheep and goats or crafting insanely difficult recipes for cooking. It's better just to take the easy missions like crafting weapons and armor, killing some wolves or rabbits, and so on. Another way you can level is to actually farm elite zones or open dungeons. This is great for actually leveling your weapon and for farming a bunch of potions. You also get a lot of refining materials when you're farming open dungeons because you're going to loot a lot of chests while farming these elite mobs. Doing these open dungeons is best done with a group of friends or with a group. Killing these elites is probably not the best way to level in the game, but it is a way. But also it is probably the best way to level your weapon. Another good way to level is to level with doing expeditions or dungeons. Your first dungeon will unlock at level 25 by doing the main story quest. Dungeons are good if you really want to get good loot or gear. Plus you really get good XP from the missions. Before you do a dungeon or expedition, make sure that you take the missions for the dungeon. There's usually a mission giver in front of the dungeon or in the settlement of the dungeon, or your faction giver will also give you missions for the dungeon. So make sure that you look at those 3 places for missions to do in the dungeon, which will give you a really good amount of XP. Another way to level is actually by gathering, crafting and refining. If you're going to specialize in crafting, this is probably one of the best ways to level. Not only will you just level your character, you will also level your crafting skill and your gathering skills. If you're not somebody that cares much about crafting, it will still give you a decent amount of XP when you gather resources in the world. It doesn't take much. You only have to run around in the world and gather some resources when you do your missions. For example, when you run past an iron node, simply farm the iron node. It's not going to take you much time to farm it. Also, these gathering resources go for a pretty good price on the market. Plus, in higher level zones, you're gonna require a higher level gathering skill to actually gather resources. So you might as well level your gathering skill while you're leveling. Also, most town projects are going to require you to turn in some type of resource, for example fiber, iron, hide and so forth. So if you stock up on these resources, you're going to level much faster as well, because you're going to use these resources to turn into the town board. If you're going to level solely by gathering and refining, the best thing that you can do is to go and farm beasts. For example, if you're going to farm wolves, you can get XP from killing the wolf, you can get XP from skinning the wolf, you can get XP from refining the hide, and you can get XP from actually cooking, because the wolf gives you meat. That's like a 4-in-1 way to get XP from just killing wolves. You can also gain a lot of XP from going to farm hemp. Harvesting hemp is usually a good way to level as well, if you don't want to go and farm wolves. There are some big areas of hemp fields in the game, and they are really dense together. So by the time that you're done farming hemp, the new hemp that you've already farmed is already respawning. So you can just go in a circle and farm hemp after hemp after hemp, which will give you a lot of XP. After that you can go and refine all the fibers that you've gotten into silk, and it will also give you XP when you refine your fibers. Another great way to level is to flag for PvP. If you're somebody that's really good in PvP, you can kill players in PvP to gain some good amount of XP and tokens from players. This also awards great amounts of weapon XP as well. If you flag for PvP, you will get a 10% XP boost. You can also do the faction PvP missions if you're looking to gain some XP and farm some faction tokens. Also, on a side note, if you see those blue notes in the world, always pick up those blue notes. They give free XP, and the more blue notes you pick up, the more XP the blue notes will give. If you want to increase your luck while leveling, go and watch this video. Luck will increase the rare loot that you find in New World.